What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my vlog. I am sorry I have not posted for a while. I tore my rotator cuff on January 4th, and that kind of knocked me and Lefty for a loop for a little while. Now, surgery is scheduled for Tuesday, February 28th, so I should have everything working again by May. I'm hoping to be able to get it back out there, and I'll fill you in on what's going on. I just want to make a post before I did the surgery. The recovery and the rehab is going to take about 3 months altogether. I just want to let everybody else know too what's been going on and how the old brain is doing. If you haven't seen my earlier video, I was diagnosed with mild cognitive impairment in August of 22. So I've got documented short-term memory problems, as well as problems planning things out and sometimes organizing things, and a couple other bits and pieces. You can look in the other, and I have a couple of added symptoms, if you will, at the end of this video. However, my attitude is great. I'm still taking it one day at a time, and I'm staying busy, and I've been having multiple health things and some traveling going on, so a lot of good things happening. All right, so let's get right into it. In November, my old friend Eric was in town for a bit, and we grabbed lunch at Ruan Thai in Silver Spring, and he was also able to get me a copy of his excellent book, Nomadic in America. It's a great little memoir that he co-wrote with a buddy of his about his life and times traveling around the punk rock scene all over the country. And that book, again by Eric Koenig, he is a graduate of Northwood, 09. It's listed on Goodreads, so go check that out. On December 10th, I was up in New York for the weekend and got to hang out with one of my oldest and dearest friends, Cornell Angel. We hit a cool Cubano spot over there on Queens Boulevard. And during that same trip, Tommy and Monica also agreed to host a little football party that Sunday. And we had several guys over to watch the Giants and the Jets. And give you a quick little shot of that too. We had Jeff Cuccinata, Mike Intasia, Dave O'Keefe, and Greg Cairo. We all hung out, but oops, forgot to take the picture until after Dave left. Sorry, Dave. And Greg made an amazing lasagna. Monica baked some homemade chocolate chip cookies, but everybody pitched in something, and we had a great time. But again, many thanks to Tommy and Monica for hosting me for the entire weekend, and then that whole crew on Sunday. Then very early, like first day of January, maybe January 2nd, it was like 60 degrees, right? So me and the professor got a couple of guys out. Me and Errol Miller and Brian Schilling hit Calvert Road disc golf and had a great time over there in College Park. A couple days later is when I took care of the business and hurt my shoulder. It was just another warm day. A couple of days after this round of golf, I was out there throwing around. I've been trying to get to 300 feet, which was like 100 yards. So for an old dude, that seemed like a fun goal, but I always warm up and try to take care of it. But right in the middle of just throwing, I just go out to a field and throw a bunch of discs. And one time, man, I felt this pop, and I was like, oh boy, that's not good. So long story short, after all the visits and the images and all that stuff, I tore like 2 to 3 spots in my shoulder, and they're going to go in there tomorrow and clean it up. Now, a few weeks after I hurt the shoulder originally, they had me doing something called prehab, which was stretching and doing some things for mobility. And within about 7 to 10 days, I felt much, much better than I did that original tear. And that was very lucky because Mike Intasia hit me up and invited me up to be his guest in Atlantic City at Harris for the weekend. So I went up there that weekend, got a little picture here. We had a great time. We played a bunch of poker. Did pretty well, kind of broke even more or less. But we had a great time and just talked away the hours, and we had a blast. So Mike Intasia, thank you so much, man. It was a great trip. Fast forward to President's Day weekend, which was about a week ago, and I was back in New York. I was at Tommy and Monica's again. This time, though, Michael and I rode up. So we had lots of fun and great conversations all the way up and during. And we got to hit the Brooklyn Museum on Saturday, which was fantastic. And we used to live directly across the street from here on Clawson Avenue and Eastern Parkway. So we got to show them the place where Tommy and I grew up. And we just had a great day. And then the next day, we went and hit up the Museum of the Moving Image. It's kind of a combination of TV and movie museum. And and had a fantastic time. One of my favorite performers of all time. Everybody knows I did my whole ventriloquist thing as a kid and then again as a side hustle. But they had a terrific exhibit all about Jim Henson and different of his puppets. So, but this is Bobby's book. It's called The Last Chameleon by Mr. Bob Boyko, available on Amazon right now. The Kindle is only $5, so make sure to get yourself a copy. It's a great book, a little sci-fi. It's also like a hybrid. Every chapter has a beautiful illustration, like the cover. And it's kind of like a combination novel and graphic novel. And this is Eric's book. So again, look this one up, Nomadic in America. Great stuff. And now back to my quickly degenerating brain. Again, sense of humor. I like to nut on myself. Lefty and I laugh about the crazy things that happen, but I wish I could say that my brain was doing better or that it even stayed the same, but it definitely is not. I struggle a little more each month. It seems like Lefty and others have noted that I get off track and I struggle more with things that I'm not aware of. And I have definitely some things that give me some concern. A little bit more specifically, I'll put the graphic up now. The forgetfulness is definitely worse than it was even 6 months ago, definitely a year ago. My balance continues to be an issue. It's like if you've ever driven a car that was out of alignment, you know, and it's pulling to one side, my body and my brain does that now, and I have to be very careful as I move and especially as I turn and things, so the balance is definitely screwing up. I struggle more with writing, spelling, and as you can tell, even a little speaking now. A lot of times I can't get the words out fast enough, or I can't pop them out. And been having some like really bad nightmares, and I kind of act them out a little bit. I won't give you too many details, but it's definitely a thing. And I had another EEG, a little brain scan, a couple days ago. So the neurologist will take a look at that, see if you can see anything new. And the other good thing about the brain part is that we're trying to get into Johns Hopkins. Obviously, that's a world-class hospital, and they're right here in Baltimore. So call them up. Looks like I can get in. I just got to get all the paperwork and all the referrals and all that business taken care of. Okay, again, just back to the rotator cuff. The surgery is tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll post this Monday the 27th, but it should be up by the 28th or so. That's the day of the surgery. Then it's sling for 6 weeks. 6 weeks of PT, and that should get you at least to somewhat normal, but I can't really throw anything probably for 6 to 8 months, so I'll be playing a little lefty just so that I can get out there and spend some time with friends and get some sunshine. So I'll be nursing the old right arm back into shape after about 6 weeks. And in closing, I just want to thank everyone for reaching out to see if they can help us or anything they can do, you know, like during the recovery. So I'll be sending out an email with some links for some digital gift card type things. Obviously, even my buds in Maryland are not close enough to like drop off a casserole or whatever. But I'll be sending out an email to everybody. If you didn't get it or you want to send a gift card or something like that to make the recovery time a little better, that'd be great. But that's about it for now. I'll probably come back on and do a quick post in about a week to 10 days after the surgery, just to let everybody know what it looks like. And please send some love over to Greg Cairo too, because today, the day I'm shooting this, the 27th, he's getting his knee replaced. He did the hip last year and he's jumping right on the knee. So please reach out, send Gregoire some love. And that's it for me. This is Timmy in Baltimore saying over and out for now. See you next time.